Hi and welcome to the introduction to the new Sierra Chart Backtester from Professional Software Solutions. Backtesting essentially means that you are having a trading strategy which generates shorts and longs, and we have just used here as a simple example provided the RSI typical undersold and overbought strategy, and you can see that in the matrix you select your parameter and then you select the minimum, the maximum, and how much the increments are, so that you get a certain number of variations. You don't have to do it with all parameters. We just did it here for the RSI length. That's the main factor, of course, and then the overbought between 50 and 78 and the oversold factor between 30 and 50. And then you can select different parameters here, different settings, so depending how detailed you want to backtest. And then you just click on the start button and then it starts, but it takes a while, so I want to go over a few other things first. The easiest to just see all those variations, in this case 624, because we have 13 for the RSI length, 8 for the overbought and 6 for the oversold condition. You just click on show permutation and then it produces a list of all the permutations, starting with 6 and then going through RSI length 8, 10, and then once the 30 is reached, then it starts again with the next value from overbought at 54 and so on, and then you get all the 624 conditions, different permutations, that's what we call them. And then when the result is finished, it takes around 3 hours for this particular scenario, then you can see the result in a nice spreadsheet. That's the summary. And then you can, for example, short the spreadsheet to find the best result first, and then the number in this case is 324. That's the best result, where the RSI is 6, overbought is 50 and oversold is 30. And then you can go into the result folder. We provided that already done, so you don't have to do it again. And then you just go to the permutation 324, double click, and then the performance analyzer is opened, which is part of this product, so you can see actually the trades. Because if you just see a list with the trading like a table, then that's nice, but even better to actually see the trades, how they actually form, and then you can use the full power of the trading analyzer with all the features, for example the Bollinger Bands, the straight income line. You can see also which day in the week is better, and surprisingly Monday, Tuesday is much better than the rest of the week, especially Thursday, Friday. Or by duration, how long it takes to trade and so on. You can get a daily consolidating or weekly consolidated performance, and then broken down by long and short, that you see all the longs how they are doing and all the shorts how they are doing. That's part of the performance analyzer. And then you can also use the even more powerful backtesting manager, which allows you to see, for example, on a higher level, the analysis for the RSI length. For example, that goes through all the permutations. That's the difference. What you saw here was just one particular permutation with a trading result of 94 trades. But here, this backtesting analyzer goes through the whole entire universe of backtests and then shows you the effect of the RSI length. And as expected, when you have a short RSI length, you have much more frequency of trades, number of trades, and as you increase the RSI length, it goes down. Or the profit factor, you get more trades, but they are of less quality, so the probability, for example, goes higher. And then the red is the shorts separated and the green is the longs, so you can also see how the longs and the shorts or the blue line combined are stacking up, or you can see the average equity at the end for each RSI length. So that's just the RSI length, and then the same for the overbought, oversold, and on the bottom you always can see the variations. You can see the equity distribution, all the results, 624, either as a graph or as actual trades. there you see the trades again. You can do a walk forward analysis. That's one of the powerful ways of breaking up the known backtesting range into a in and out sample, and then kind of pretending you're in the future, and then you get a much more reliable results by using the actual out of samples stacked together. And the backtesting manager is able to process backtesting input from many different formats, including now Sierra Charts also, and that's on the backtesting web page. And then we can now actually run one backtest here. We can just minimize the stuff here, and then to run one, you can either select one of the previous ones if you have one created already, or you can click on new backtest, and then you select your chart, also chart book you want to use, and then you can type in a new name, and then it will look at the chart book and then extract from that all the numeric parameters, because non-numeric can't be backtested, and then by default load what's in the chart, and then you have no permutations initially. But then I prepared a little sample that just a very quick one here with 6 permutations, where I go with the RSI length from 6 to 10 in steps of 2, so we get 3 variations, and then we have the oversold from 30 to 40 in 2 steps, 10, also 2 variations, 10 steps. And all you do is just click on start, and then the backtester will do a few setup steps, and then confirm before the long run that you actually want to go ahead, and then you can, and best, because it's monitoring the screen, to leave the computer alone that time. So you say yes, that starts the backtest, and now you can see it's now imprinting from whatever was before. The RSI is now 6 length, and then the overbought is 30, and then it runs through the backtest. Number 1, here you can see number 1 of 6 in the progress window, and then it goes automatically to the next one, number 2, which is now length number 8. There's the 8, and then it shows you the progress and also what the estimated time of arrival of the result is. So you can see that, and then when the backtest is finished, you can see also for a brief moment as it's running through that it's capturing the that's the trade list. So on each backtest it actually captures the trade list, and then it saves that for you, so that then here in the backtest result here, each time you run a sequence, we call it, you get a new result. So here you can see number 3 is now being run, number 4 is now in progress, but once it's done, number 4 is now being saved there. And so now you can see number 4 is here with either the text as is from the trade log from Sierra Charts as is, or the position analyzer result as a graph and with all the other functions. And also it's collecting for the backtesting manager all the data, but it has to be finished at the end. So then it pops up automatically the backtesting manager for your results. So you can go sorted by equity, sorted by drawdown. There's a lot of different, or smart ranking, which is combining all the different criteria. Instead of just in a spreadsheet you have one column, and then there it is. Now we are finished, completed 6, or that was just a mini run, and then automatically it pops up the backtesting manager with the 6 results. There are the 6 results, some good ones and then some not so good ones, and the same here, that you get the RSI length capturing. That's the backtesting manager. Then you get also automatically the summary, which is then capturing how many trades you have for each of the permutation and what the results are, and where in the files you can actually see the details. And then you can see in the folder itself all the results. Now that's the backtesting manager, that's all the individual trades and the summary, so you can easily, it's already opened, that's why it's complaining here. And so that gives you a quick overview about the new backtesting manager. If you want to see the permutations, you can just click on show perm, and there are some other functions here for editing directly. If you don't want to go through the matrix, you can do it in a file. And as time goes on, you can always check the version, that's the about box, so that you're always up to date. Thank you very much, and I hope this will be helpful in your backtesting evaluation of your strategy. Thank you. Bye.